गुड इवनिंग फ्रेंड्स, वेलकम टू माय यूट्यूब चैनल। जैसे कि आप देख रहे हैं कि मेरा जो स्क्रीन बता रहा है, सिस्टम का जो डिस्क बता रहा है कि वी आर मेकिंग वीडियो ऑन एंकरिंग प्रोसीजर। तो व्हाट इज द एंकरिंग प्रोसीजर? शीप्स एंकर एंड शीप्स एंकरिंग मेथड्स और प्रोसीजर्स. So we are talking about, or we are getting information regarding how to anchor a vessel, how to anchor a vessel when the vessel will be in deep sea or on port. So we are चलिए डिस्कस करते हैं कि क्या है एंकरिंग प्रोसीजर, क्या है और एंकर क्या है. Ship anchors and ship anchoring methods, procedures. There are many ways to anchor the ships. Duration and location depend on a number of variables and external factors. For example, wind direction and strength, current and tidal current. Consider the most common mounting methods. So we are discussing about the ship anchor and anchoring the methods. Anchoring, ship anchoring procedure. So anchorage is one of the most frequent operations on board a ship. अगर आप जहाज पे जाते हैं तो जहाज का एंकरिंग जो है वो फ्रीक्वेंट होता है, वो फ्रीक्वेंट ऑपरेशन है एक जहाज पे. The duration and location of anchoring is influenced by a number of variables and external factors. Although the types of seabed is of paramount importance for anchoring, a soft muddy bottom or muddy bottom is preferred. Care should be taken to ensure that there are no power lines, submarine cables, pipelines or rocks at the bottom of the anchorage. Various anchorage methods include wind direction and strength, current and tidal current. Often a good knowledge of local conditions helps the seafarer to determine the necessary maneuvers and actions to be taken when anchored. See, anchoring procedure, we are talking about anchoring procedure. ये देखिए कुछ डिटेल्स हैं कि वेसल जो है जेटी पे लगा हुआ है, ये शिप का डायरेक्शन है, ये डायरेक्शन का टाइड का डायरेक्शन है, शिप का डाउन टर्न है एंड डेविएशन टाउन है और शिप्स डायरेक्शंस हैं. और ये एंकर देखिए, एंकर डाला जा रहा है. तो द मोस्ट कॉमन एंकरिंग मेथड्स आर, फर्स्ट लेट्स गो मेथड. पहला है लेट्स गो मेथड. दिस मेथड इज यूज अ वाइड वैरायटी ऑफ वेसल इंक्लूडिंग ए स्मॉल क्राफ्ट एंड प्लेजर्स yachts as well as larger vessel up to 1 lakh GRT. The principle used in this method for the anchor to slide with the cable under its own weight from the house tube. Line weight, windlass, holding force and boat inertia are factors that must be controlled by the boat to ensure that the anchor is buried and the line is subsequently stored to pull back. When approaching the place of anchoring, the speed of the vessel relative to the ground is reduced to zero with the help of engines and the rudders. At the same point, the anchor together with the cable can jump out under its own weight. As soon as the legs touch the bottom of the chain, touches the ground, the motors are moved backward or forward depending on the prevailing wind and current condition to obtain backward momentum with respect to the ground, which will stretch the cable. This can be paid by the controlled application of the breakers so that the cable length does not run out completely. Often, under the conditions, the combined effect of wind and current of the vessel also tends to wobble and fall astern. Pay attention to the preferred turning direction in which side to use the anchor. Care should also be taken to ensure that the entire cable is not damaged and does not allow cable accumulation, which can lead to kinks or kinks in the cable. When approaching the anchorage, the captains of the ship usually lower the anchor to the water level so that when the brakes are released, the cable can be freely extended. Sometimes, after a long sea voyage, the anchor could get stuck in the hawse pipe and not jumped out of it under its own weight. As a primitive and good maritime practice, always check the condition of the winch brake pad prior to use. On a few occasions, often on older ships, repeated use of brake pads were found to be completely worn out or less than the required thickness, resulting in a significant reduction in braking power, resulting in the cable completely falling under its own weight, resulting in the loss of anchor and cable both. Uneven loads or excessive aft impulse after applying the brakes can damage the windlass, its foot, and the base. Engines should be used to counteract excessive ship interior. And when using engines, the conditions of the ship, loaded or in ballast, should always be kept in mind. Prolonged tremors can develop enough momentum in a busy vessel to tighten the anchor or even break line. It has been found that a loaded vessel is more sensitive to the effects of currents or tides, while a vessel is ballast drift largely due to the wind. The combined effects and direction of local conditions can be helpful in preparing for anchoring. The second one is walk back. Most captains have their own rules for anchoring large ships such as VLCCs, or ULCCs, which must be followed without fail. The reverse anchorage method is recommended and it used primarily on vessels over 1 lakh GRT. The principle of operation is same, but the cable is spread by a winch at a fixed speed. When approaching the anchorage, the speed of the vessel on the ground gradually decrease to zero and the anchor is lowered into the water. As it touches the bottom, a greater length is paid for and the engines are shifted aft to develop a little movement, aft to lay the cable well when the anchor legs dig into the seabed. This method usually takes longer than the vaccination method. However, it allows captains to better control the amount of cable paid and the weight of windlass. It is important that the captain of the vessel has correctly assessed tidal conditions, gusty winds, or a strong coastal current in advance in order to take into account the movement of the vessel when laying the line. Typically, the design speed of winch is about 30 to 35 foot per minute, which is about 0.3 knots above the ground. Also, the windlass is designed to lift up to 3.3 to 4 shackles along with the weight of the anchor. The flyback method prevents cable buildup or kinking, which is paid off while engaged, energized, and thus provides better control for the captain or pilot to ensure that the anchor is held, not dragged. However, the boat's ground speed must be carefully controlled to avoid under stress on the windlass that is being used while in gear. The third is dredging anchor. Ship's anchors can be used not only for mooring but also when maneuvering along canals or other similar area with traffic restrictions. Dredging anchors are a technique used to assist vessels in maneuvering during the absence or inavailability of tugs to provide assistance as needed. The dredging anchor shifting the bottom of the ship will hold the bow, allowing the ships to move forward and backward. This moves the ship's pivot point forward. Then, to overcome the resistance of a armature, a propulsion system is used to provide good steering at low speed. Sometimes ships have to first cross though a limited channel between ships or buoys or using thruster and bow thrusters. A control tug is also located in the bow of the vessel which monitors its and prevent deviation from the course. The control tug also helps to stop the ship's interior so that its engine does not fire in the time. So the anchor is lowered for a short time when the cable is lowered. So we can such as windlass nose brakes can also be damaged. Ideally, the cable length should not be 1.5 or 2 times of the depth of the water. Moreover, it is usually advisable to have a good understanding of a sea or river bed before performing this operation. It means key anchoring operations. So these are the types, or we can say these are the procedure for anchoring anchoring the anchor of foreign going ship, tugs, and we can say a marine ship. Thank you for watching this video.